top tier Jasmine Allure, and if you want to have an alluring time, you better watch Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me this week is Tommy.
Hello.
And we got Mike.
What's up, guys? We are racing down the tracks here in 2023. How awesome is this Saturday going to be?
Very
much. And we do have a special guest joining us to talk about this Saturday, none other than Mission Pro Wrestling's champion, Jennacide. Welcome to the show,
What's up? Hi, Muscle Army.
What's up? Champ is in the house.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
We appreciate you being here. We definitely want to talk a little bit about your career, the show coming up this weekend. And if you're joining us live, if you have questions for the champ, please put them in the chat. We'll try and read some of them out here as well. So first of all, thanks for being here. Glad you found the time. I know the week's crazy, the life of a pro wrestler. So
yes, thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate coming on and talking about the show coming up.
Of course,
so,
yeah.
Absolutely.
I guess we'll start with this. I don't know how many people know your story, but how long have you been doing this? Where did you get your start in the world of pro wrestling?
I have been doing this for just about 8 years now. And I got my start through my trainer, Rain, who you might have heard of from Shimmer and Shine days, down here in the Tampa, Florida area. And I've trained with some amazing people over the years, like my best friend, Mercedes Martinez, happens to be a ring partner of mine coming up. And then my other coach, Chris Silvio. And I've been shared the ring with like plenty other talents like Matt Seidel and other people throughout my career. But definitely got my start 8 years ago and have been grinding ever since.
Very cool.
Awesome.
How was your trainer, by the way? Because everyone has different experiences. Like, were they very I don't know, were they very much like, methodical, slow? I preface this by saying, like, my daughter's learning to pitch right now with softball, and he's very much like, hey, I'm just gonna give you 3 weeks of it, and then you're gonna put you in a game. Like, we're gonna make sure we get this right. So, like,
I first started, it was a little place called the Slam Shack. It was at Lexi's house. She had a garage behind her house, and it was a little place, the Slam Shack. And Rain used to coach us there every Sunday. We would call it church 8 years ago, and it was the most humbling experience of my life. And like right away meeting like greats like Mercedes, right away, and getting in the ring with people like that. It was definitely a learning experience, but I enjoyed every minute of it and like fell in love along the way. Speaking of your little angel learning softball,
there's a couple of them.
That's one, and there's the other one crawling in.
So that's Jennacide there. She's the champion. She actually used to play softball, so she's telling me before the show. So she used to be a catcher.
Yeah,
so
we can
I'm
go.
Trying to talk her into giving you lessons to be a catcher. Yeah. Say it again. She knows she heard you.
Hi. I'll give you some softball pointers when you come to the show, and some wrestling ones too if you want.
All right, sounds good. All right, you guys get some sleep. Guys, go ahead and ask a question. Let's take it.
Yeah. Real quick before we keep going, Sean, Terry, Pepe, Brian, front row. Thank y'all for being in here, guys. In the chat, we see y'all. There's your champ right there with us. So I guess let's get into it. This Saturday, you got a big title match with maybe the person who has the next biggest streak going on in Mission Pro after you, Tiffany Nieves.
But
well, she's been winning. She won her number one contenders match. What are you looking at this Saturday? Both of you hold no prisoners. You bring it all. It's going to be a big fight. What are your feelings about it going in?
My feelings are, she's on a winning streak. What'd she have to do to win, though?
Well, we all saw it, no matter what she says or her fans say, Michael.
Yes.
The other one.
The other one. Yeah, I know. It's like, you called him out.
I know by name. But yeah, she's brand new here. Winning streak. What? She won 3 matches so far. I'm pretty sure I was at Mission Pro for about 3 years before I got a title opportunity. So talk about winning in a streak. I don't think you can compare the two. Not in the same realm anyway. But I do appreciate a young up and coming talent. So can respect her hard work. She's been in the business like short time so far, 2 years. So, this will be probably the match of her very short career to start. So happy to teach her a humbling lesson along the way.
I love it.
Nice.
Tommy, what did you expect from me?
It was just that mini promo just now was so amazing. I loved it. It was every second of it was
Not
amazing.
even a promo. This is real life. This is these are facts. Pull up the history and timeline. These are promos. This is just facts, knowledge, bombs on you. And yeah, there's no mute button or filter with you. I should know that.
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is true. And and she's I mean, I've seen y'all address each other already on social media, but for people who are watching, she's talking about retiring you, and big talk, like not just taking your title, saying she's going to put you out of the business. That's personal. And me and Tommy have talked about this for several shows now. We joke sometimes that it becomes mission personal wrestling because half the time it's not even starting with the collar and elbow. The two people whoever's in the match, they just start going at it. And I kind of feel like that's what's going to happen with you two on Saturday. Like once you're in the ring, everyone get out of the way, and y'all are just going to go at it. And we're here for it.
No, I'm happy to take her through the collar and elbow and show her how it's done, before we go straight to blows, you know what I mean? Got to teach some lessons along the way. But yeah, no, let's not go loud, Prince Eric. Neil, why'd you just go? No, let's go. We're in the wrong party. She's not on this podcast right now. You tuned in for the wrong time. So
fair warning, guys, in the chat.
Yeah.
She sees it all. She ain't gonna take it.
Yeah.
Neil, I see you, Neil. We'll say bye to you. But I'm just joking. But yeah, no, it's no holding back. It's gonna retire me. Does it look like I'm ready to retire? I don't think
No, not at all.
I really don't think so. I think it's just someone with a big ego who needs to just bring it down a little bit.
Ooh.
A little bit.
I'm having a few issues pulling the chat questions up, like popping up on the screen. It's not popping up for me, but we did get a question here for the champ. He says, I have a question. I've heard about Tommy's presence at shows. How many decibels loud do you think he is?
I have a question because I don't know, because I'm usually in the middle of the match. Whose laugh do I hear? Is it Mike or Tommy's?
No, it's Tommy.
It's
it
definitely
is
Tommy.
100% Tommy.
The answer to that question is always Tommy, for sure. So
I didn't know if it was Big Mike's laugh or Tommy's laugh. I
No.
one of the two, but I hear, even when I could be knocked silly for a little bit, I hear the laugh of the decibels, and where that is on the scale is quite loud, but I enjoy it thoroughly.
Yeah.
Normally after I demolish somebody in a move,
Yes.
and then I hear the decibels up a tick, and even in video edits after from someone, I hear the laugh. With my boot to the face, I am hearing the laugh. So yes.
Let me tell you, especially because it brought him some personal joy, apparently. Your last match with Jasmine, every time you threw her down, you just heard him all throughout the place. My favorite thing to do the night after a show and the next day is when everyone's posting their clips, how many times I can hear Tommy. Yeah. And there was one where you just booted her straight down, and I heard the Tommy laugh.
It's called the ultimate reboot, where it's a big stomp down and I crushed people. But I think that one got the scale up up here, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I make no apologies. I loved every second of that match, especially the ending when you bend her and beat her 1, 2, 3.
I enjoy that too. So yeah, fans, if you tune into title match this weekend, it should be a game. How many times you hear Tommy laugh? Take a shot. You're gonna be lit by the end of the.
Legacy Nerd just suggested that, so that's a good idea.
And let me tell you,
if 21 and older, disclaimer.
Yeah, of course. If you don't know Tommy, you will watching the show. You will hear him.
Now you mentioned Jasmine Allure, and the Tommy Jasmine Allure thing has been going on for far too long.
How did this happen?
So I don't know how much you've interacted with her backstage
She
behind the
interacted.
curtain.
Oh, okay. I was like, a lot in
How
that
much
show.
does she genuinely hate Tommy? Does she talk a lot of shit about him in the locker room? I'm just curious to know. So.
No, I haven't heard of what's going on between.
Yeah.
You'll have to fill me in on the details. None of that was talked about in the locker room.
But-
That I heard.
Okay.
See,
Yeah.
here's the thing you're a little confused about, JC.
Yeah.
Tommy hates her passionately.
Yeah.
She's convinced that he is her number one fan.
That's true.
And he's taken a few pictures. He cheered for her right before she turned on Mission Pro. We have video footage of that. So
We're on the
you know.
Now
Okay.
it looks like Casey Blackrose is in the chat.
Oh,
And I wanted to get to this, but
Yeah, but he's called it out already. So here we go. I've been undefeated at MPW since December 2021. I plan on retaining my Mission Pro Cup this Saturday and challenging Jennacide in the near future in an intergender match.
You know what? I think I am overdue for an intergender match. It's been quite a minute, but Gary, you pull up my history and timeline. I never turned down a good intergender
no.
match.
Oh,
And-
so if it's Casey and Jennacide victorious this weekend, what are we saying? Within a month or two, we're going to see this? What's going
I
on
would
here?
love that.
I'm not. See, I'm in the ranking down here when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
But I am open to everyone and anyone.
There you go, Casey. You got your answer. So
Casey, you
just
know
take
we
care of
love you,
business.
but-
So
yeah.
does that mean like if I win, do I get a cup then too?
Oh, that's actually a good
Wow.
question.
Title for Cup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
By the way, I saw Terry's comment. He's not funny.
What'd you say, Tommy?
I saw Terry's comment when he said we'd all be hammered. He's not funny.
playing
About
the Tommy
drinking
Lap
game.
drinking game.
Tommy
Oh,
Lap
yeah.
games. Yeah. So
Yeah, you're all gonna be wrecked by the end of my match.
How did this become funny?
now one of the bigger matches on the card this weekend, obviously getting back to Jasmine Allure, Izzy Moreno is making her pro wrestling debut against Jasmine. Been marketed so much, 8 years in the making. You said it yourself. You've been wrestling for about 8 years. I don't know how much you followed. I mean, obviously, Izzy's been such a big story from being that Bailey fan at NXT.
I
Where
have
she is
did
now.
some extra work at NXT when Izzy was the little girl in the crowd there. That's
Yeah.
how long
Nice.
I've been doing this.
Yes.
Wow.
And Izzy remembers me and so do her parents, so we'll just like put that in there. That
Yeah.
she's fucking old.
Yeah. Well, that's part one. How old do you feel? And part two, how excited are you for Izzy to finally get this
I'm
win?
excited. I wish she
Yeah.
lived in Florida because then I would have loved to train her a little bit, teach her after some little things after working Jasmine I could help her with. So it's a bummer that they live in, I think, Texas now. But
Yeah,
yeah,
San Antonio. Yeah.
would have loved to pass some knowledge on to her. But I'll give her a little pointer, maybe a couple before the match for her. But no, looking forward to it, you know.
And also, I think we need to point out that you may have inadvertently caused her debut. If you think about it, you beat down Jasmine so bad that after the match, Jasmine had like a crisis of faith and was like sitting. I mean, but it's true. She was sitting at ringside contemplating life. Izzy was on commentary, decided to be nice because Izzy said it. Jasmine had already turned on Mission Pro at that previous show in the six-person tag. Didn't have any friends backstage, apparently. Tries to go help her out, and Jasmine returns a favor by attacking her from behind.
Yeah.
You know, that's how bad you beat people.
I know it's not. I just think there's maybe a time and a place to give a friendship bracelet. You know, a little. You got to feel the energy first, and maybe after getting your ass kicked by Jennacide, probably not the best time. She could have gave me one, and we could have been friends. You know, I'll take.
Yeah.
I'm open to be friends, but maybe not after someone takes the tombstone, perhaps by myself.
Yeah.
So rookie mistake.
It's a timing thing, but we'll work on it, Izzy.
Yeah, you got to learn. She's just starting.
Yeah, she's got to learn like timing, you know.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, things like that can happen. So we'll work on it. She'll get there.
Wow. That's amazing.
Well, Tommy, I know some of this has been razzing on you. You got a question for the champ here right now, or?
Not really a question. I just wanted to let her know the exact moment that my wife became a diehard fan of yours. I was looking it up. We went to the MPW Locked and Loaded show when you had your Falls Count Anywhere with Holly Dead, and That was my wife's first Mission Pro show, and I just want to let you know she fell in love with both of you in that match because I've been so into women's wrestling, but I don't think she'd ever seen like a women's match like that live. And the fact that you two were beating the snot out of each other, and like in a false game where she was just like, I love both of them. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. First time everyone sees Jennacide, they love her right away. So
I love that so much because in like my entire career, that match is still one of my favorites and at the top. And I love Holodead. I don't love her so much in the ring. Like my body doesn't love Holodead, but like my heart does, you know. I have nothing but respect for her and, you know, her and I and what we did that night and, you know, what we showed women's wrestling can be. And for someone like your wife coming for the first time, I love hearing that. And, you know, if we made her follow women's wrestling and she's a fan, like, you know, that's why we do what we do, you know.
Well, of all the promotions that she will follow religiously, Mission Pro is #1 now, and like I like because especially because she gets to go to the shows. Like as long as they're in San Antonio, she can make sure she has the time off. Like this Saturday she'll be there. She'll always make a Mission Pro show. Doesn't matter what's going on. Yeah.
And also half the roster loves her. Like
yeah.
Bougie Reality will literally the last 2 shows have stopped and taken pictures with her either right after the match or literally while the rest of those tag teams were fighting in the ring. They dipped out and just took a picture with his wife.
Yeah,
it was great.
That's great. No, we appreciate all of you guys that come and support us every time. Every Mission Pro show, you guys are always there. VIP packages, pictures and all. Yeah. And we all notice, recognize, and appreciate so much. You know,
happy to do it. It's our honor for sure because it's really cool because I remember just, you know, especially coming out of the pandemic, just, you know, he's like, well, is wrestling going to kind of get back to where it was? And it feels like Mission Pro was like one of the first ones to really like say, you know what, got some stuff lifted up. So we want everyone to come in and didn't skip all the quality of the matches. I feel like I honestly feel like, and I think Mike will agree, we've never, ever been to a bad Mission Pro show. Not once. Like every single show. It's like every single show, you got to be there. You got to be there. But I will tell you one more thing. Someone asked me what are my top 5 favorite matches I've ever seen live. And in that list, I included the double casket match because that was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. Like
I will say, check the whatever wrestling historian log, but when has there ever been a triple threat double casket match?
I checked.
There was no prepping for that. I didn't know it was happening. I was supposed to have this match. It didn't happen. It was all by the luck of the cards. So it was quite crazy. So
that was an amazing match. And I think we looked it up. Like it is the first triple threat casket match that we've seen recorded or done and it was insane.
I never did see anything else listed. I checked Cage Match a couple times. I never saw another one listed anywhere on there.
I didn't know that was happening. It was all surprised there, and I was pleasantly surprised. But you know,
was that probably the craziest match you've been in, or is there one that sticks out more? It's like
definitely the Holodead match.
Definitely the Holodead one. All right.
Matches I've ever been in my life, both of them. And then the double casket is a third for me in my career. Definitely.
Now, what would be a dream opponent or a dream match for you? If somebody you haven't had a chance to wrestle yet, or a type of match you haven't maybe wanted to try but haven't done.
There's one just because I met her early on in my career and I have not had the pleasure of working her, and she knows I love her. But that would be Havoc, Jessica.
Oh.
Yes.
I was waiting for Tommy's.
I'm sorry. Did we just decide to make Tommy's dream match?
Yes. Give me that match.
I mean, I follow her whole career, and I have nothing but respect for her. But it's someone who I haven't been in the ring with yet, and like I would love the opportunity for that. Just as someone.
Is Brian still watching? Because we need that match booked yesterday. Like
Brian, Impact Wrestling, everybody involved. Let's go.
Yes.
I will start tagging people. I have no shame whatsoever.
No, you don't.
I'm a free agent now, so I can go anywhere.
There you go.
Like whoever wants a cool fucking badass, cyborg, I'm just saying.
There you go.
Over here.
I would ask what your dream place to be at, but I figure the answer is going to be whoever's going to pay you the most money, right? So I mean,
see, that's the thing. It's money's great, but I just want to wrestle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not about the most. It's just about like who's willing to, give me that opportunity and show you what I can do.
Very
I don't
cool.
know.
All companies, why you've been dumb this far, I don't know, but let's get on that because we need some Jennacide on our TV.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, people have been posting it. They want to see her in Statlander, right? On AEW. So,
I've seen that one too. Yes.
I've seen that one live.
I have not been in the ring with her yet either. Same shows or like at Shine and stuff over the years, but no, I've never had the opportunity while she was at AEW. But my best friend did just have a match with her this past weekend.
Right.
That's right. And that was a great match.
JC, do you want to share your wife's Mercedes story?
So my wife, Tina, who's been on the show, one of the obviously beautiful wife, by the way, obviously. She actually at one point, there's a couple stories with her Mercedes Martinez, but she did once manage Mercedes Martinez and Alyssa Flash, also known as Cheerleader Melissa, in a match at RCW once. It was kind of one of those fans get to manage them in a match, so she got to do that.
Oh,
But on top of that, there was also a point where they did a thing where there was a Joey Spector. I don't know if you've heard the name, but through Texas, I'm sure you have, at least with the RCW circles. There was a whole program going on where he was Mr. very masculine, anti-woman kind of thing. And literally there was a thing where they gave someone a chance if he lost a match to, I want to say it was Alyssa Flash, right?
I think
if
so.
he lost that match, women could bid for a chance to kick him in the balls right in the middle of the ring the next show. And my wife, I paid $20, best $20 I ever paid in my fucking life. Got that opportunity. So I'm never gonna forget this because everyone, Mercedes Martinez was kind of in his corner there. There was like a Big Dog, rest in peace, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, she's not gonna do anything, whatever." My wife had already been taking Krav Maga classes, and we didn't really tell him that. So she got a shoe on. I was like, "Hey, babe, take some practice kicks in the corner." And she was just like doing it perfect form, turns around, and their faces are like, "Oh, shit." So there's a great picture of it. I have to find it.
How was the crowd? Was it a huge pop?
It was a huge pop. You literally saw his legs come off the ground. And there's a video out there somewhere of it.
Levitated, the magic guy?
Yes, yeah. And he was down. And from what I heard, he went backstage like, this fucking cup didn't work, whatever. But somebody got a great picture of it, a good angle of it, like right at the right moment of impact. And I printed a bunch of those out and gave one to Mercedes, here, my wife will autograph this for you. He's like, hold on. She took it backstage. Hey, Spectre, can you autograph this for me? It's this picture of it. So.
Oh my god, I love it. You'll have to send me the picture just so I can see that.
I need to find it. It was so long ago. This is probably maybe like 10 years ago. Yeah.
If you can find it, bring it on Saturday, dude.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it. It's somewhere here. So
awesome.
my wife might get mad at me for talking about it, but so it's
as long as she's not kicking you, you're good.
Yeah, we're good. So
he learned his lesson a long time ago.
Yeah, so still today, best $20 I've ever spent in my life for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I can't get on my glasses on. Is it Pepe? Pepe?
Probably Pepe. Yeah,
Pepe. I think so.
Sorry, Pepe. Don't kill me. I don't have my glasses. Would I ever do another triple threat casket match? Of course. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a bracelet. Yes, I'll never trust Jasmine ever. No, never. What other question are there?
I know I won't.
Tommy's asking for a picture. I think of Mercedes. What is it?
Terry, Tommy, do you have a picture with Mercedes from BOW?
Yeah, because she was in BOW a few months back. I think probably late last year. So we got a picture, and because I believe we also bought our birthday cake because our birthday was right around that same time. So I have it somewhere. I just don't know where it is in my folder.
Gotcha.
Nation's Corner, we knew who you are. Thanks for being in here, man.
What up? Where you been at? Yes, you've been since day one. Just saying, where you been?
Yeah.
There you go. We love you, man.
Appreciate you.
Champ wants to know.
Now, you've been a champion here at Mission Pro for a good while now, and I know you have a big match coming up with Tiffany Nieves, obviously, this weekend, which I know you feel very confident in winning that one. I'm sure we all think
Extremely confident.
Extremely confident. Is there someone else on the roster that's up and coming that you've got your eye on, like, hey, this could be potentially my toughest challenge down the road?
I don't know about. Well, for me, it's hard to say toughest, but I would just say like things that someone that I know has been working really hard. I've seen her at NWA, and she's in a tag team right now. But I haven't had a singles match with Maddie yet. Even at NWA, it's always been tag matches, but I haven't had a singles match with Maddie yet. So that's something I think the fans would like to see. Also, I don't think the fans have seen, I'm just going to say, Thunder and I. So when she's ready to go again, I think that is obviously something the fans might want to see when she's ready to tango again. But she's on the path to, getting back in there. So
I think with both those matches, you can just print the money with those. Those are
yes.
Yeah. Have you been a guest on Maddie's TikTok series yet, by the way?
No, she hasn't.
Maddie's smart. She knows not to mess with you.
Yeah, because she read from Allison K. So
I think she knows that. I know. The only thing we did a backstage thing, Kylan and I, with her, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Did the Night at the Roxbury scene and bounced her in between us several times. I don't think she wants to interview me after that at all. No. Is there anyone the fans want to see me wrestle that they haven't there? You guys
wrestle or beat up? Pepe brings up a really great point just now. We would love to see you beat the snot out of JP Harlow and honestly all of the
I would love to. I would love to kick ass.
All three of them all day long. That's what I want to see.
Thank you, Pepe. I know we're having trouble putting the comments up, but yeah.
Yes, I would like to beat the snot out of anyone in the men's revolution. They deserve it. I will show them what women can do.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Terry brings up a good matchup, Jennacide versus Camille. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. There might be an old one back on Fight TV from a couple of years ago, but that's about it.
I was just going to ask, had that happened before in NWA?
Gotta look that up.
Yes. It
Okay.
has. A couple of 2 years ago.
Okay.
But not in the past year. I can't remember.
Gotcha.
Bad memory, so but there's one on TV I know of. Anyone else?
Is there any other match on the card this weekend that maybe you're looking forward to kind of like taking a peek at or watching back later on? That's something that they've advertised maybe you're interested in watching?
I doesn't want to watch the Izzy Jasmine one.
Well, yeah, obviously that one for sure. Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to that. Happy to watch reality, always entertainingly kicking ass. I'm so hard. And then the gauntlet match. There's so many people not going to be like crazy ass kicking good time with lots of moving parts. So
yeah.
Who else am I missing? The gauntlet.
Nova Phoenix versus Queen Uju. Denise Day and Shay Carmichael. Yeah. And I think that was the only ones you're missing.
Times.
Yeah.
JP Harlow and Maya World. Yeah. So I know you want to just beat the JP
Maybe
Harlow.
Yeah.
You've had such a great career. Where do you see yourself? Here we go. Brian. Maybe Holiday and Jennacide team up one day to take.
Oh my gosh, Brian!
Hey,
Brian, how you doing?
Well,
yes, I think that sounds fucking fantastic. Where do I sign?
Sounds like the most dominant tag team in wrestling history.
Yes.
And Maddie and Rashay about to hit.
I don't think any other. I will say it now. Any other? If you put us together, I think there's no stopping us.
No. Yes.
Couldn't agree more.
Like we might butt heads together in the demise, but we'd have to learn how to work. Work together. But I'm not opposed to it. Definitely not.
That would be great.
Yeah.
And where do you?
Not for the other.
No.
Where do you see yourself in your career 5-10 years down the line? Like, what goals do you have for yourself?
Jeez, I've already. I hope I can make it that long, Casey. Thank you. I love your.
Hey,
I love your optimism on that one. We all know I'm aging, but yeah, I really, honestly, in the next 5 years, just want to, I'm not looking at any one promotion specifically. I'm just looking to have the best talent, work them, and like end my career on a high note. But yeah, I just want to have amazing matches, entertain all of you, and keep going. It's been great so far. I'd love to go overseas again and travel, work for other promotions. I haven't done that since before the pandemic, and it's something I did a lot before that I definitely haven't. So obviously would love to go back to Italy or Sweden and all these places that I did before and wrestle like at least one last time before I decide, when it's time to hang it up. But for me, I also love coaching. So I'll plug Death Proof Dojo right now. If you're in Tampa, Florida, and want to learn from myself, or the owner and head coach is Chris Silvio. He's a part of NWA as well. So he's there. And then you have Vic, who is in the WWE tag team, The Dissension. So he's there and myself. So really a great group. And I love that part of wrestling now and giving back and teaching some amazing up and coming talent. So yeah. I think no matter where my career goes, I love that piece of it, and I think I'll just continue to pass on to future generations.
That's great to hear, because if
awesome.
you ever truly love something, that's the best thing you ever do is just pass that love on. So very cool to hear. So
yeah, I always ask just pass it down to the next girls and keep it. That's how we keep it going. You know what I mean? So I just ask they do the same.
Terry wants to follow up, by the way, with you teaming with Holodead. If MJF and Adam Cole could work together, then y'all could as well. So.
Is that wrong?
I don't know if I have the same dance moves like MJF, my dance moves would be more Adam Cole, but Holodead might be more like MJF.
Now we kind of have to see that.
I want to see this so bad.
I'm just saying, after you beat Tiffany, if you bust out the robot, we're not going to be mad. So
yeah, so. If someone's got a clip, we might say, "Hey,
okay.
Adam Cole, eat your heart out." That's maybe something like that. So, yeah.
I know. I only have the robot. That's it. No, I'll wait. If I tag with her, then I'll do dance moves. I'll save them. I'll save them. Definitely.
Guys, anything else you want to ask the champ here?
God.
No. We just want to say we can't wait till Saturday.
Yes.
As always, we are in your corner.
Yes.
And we love you. So we'll be front row cheering you on. We'll be right there. Oh,
thanks for all the love.
Yes. Wanna leave you with one thing though. We wanted to surprise you with this news, but Jennacide this weekend will be sponsored by the Countdown City WrestleCast. So
the championship match.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, the championship match? Okay,
yeah.
match. Yeah, there it is.
Thank
yeah. So yeah.
I appreciate it.
So we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to being out there. My family and I's first Mission Pro show. It's been I don't even know how long it's been. Yeah.
All right.
I know it's going to be a good time. Believe me. I've been watching and I've been predicting accurately what's been going on too. And it's pissing me off.
Yeah, he predicts things accurately and he's never there. I'm like, you son of a.
Well, now that he's there, we'll see how
accurate he is. This time. Just all feel better.
We just kind of predict, we talk about wrestling shows that are coming up. We predict what we think is going to happen. See how well we do throughout the year, and just kind of go from there. So,
because if we place bets, the money would even out because we would all be up, and then now by the end of the year, the money would be at zero for all of us. So.
Yeah.
Not even money, just the loser has to do something.
No, because I don't want because Mike is already thinking, and I don't want him to come up with anything. That's exactly why we don't do that. So.
Touche. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see. I won't say anymore, but I think bringing JC shirt.
JC. So I think he's going to bring your Geekcast shirt.
Yeah, they had some Geekcast shirts made, and they haven't even got to get it. So
Tommy, me and you wearing them, right? And Daniel.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Well, before
Jennacide shirts will be available as well. I'm just saying, and you
right.
Yeah, definitely. All these great shirts.
Before we let you go, so I know you can get some rest. You're over there on the East Coast. I want to give you. We have a little segment at the end called the 1 minute warning. It allows us to give a minute to speak about whatever we want. I figure if you want to take a minute real quick and just talk about this weekend, you want to cut a little 1 minute promo on your match that you're defending your title, whatever you want to do. The floor is yours. So.
Okay.
You ready?
Well,
Yep.
Oh, we're counting down. First and foremost, I just want to thank you, Countdown City WrestleCast, all of you for all the love and support over my career since seriously the beginning at Mission Pro and now sponsoring the main event match for me. I really appreciate it. And same with all the fans who are tuning in now, who will tune in this weekend. Really, we cannot do this without your support. All of Mission Pro, all of our shows, this all comes from all of the sponsors, all of the fans, and we appreciate it so much. And in terms of the match this weekend, just like any Jennacide match, especially for the championship, I will happily entertain while I kick some ass. And poor Tiffany, poor Tiffany. Welcome to the world of Jennacide, because you're in my house now, and well, we're just going to have a good time doing it. And if you don't follow me, you should go to, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it now, Facebook, and follow me at Jennacide, model number 000. And I look forward to entertaining all of you this weekend. So thank you for the love and support.
Thank
you.
That was awesome.
That was great. So
Thanks, guys.
thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
He's got the little figure.
Yeah, it goes along with my bag everywhere.
Nice. Very nice.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, good luck this weekend. We'll see you. Safe travels over here to San Antonio, and we'll see you this weekend at Boiling Point.
All right, see you this weekend, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank
See you then.
you for joining us. All right. Bye. All right, guys.
Well,
thank you again for Jennacide, model number 000, for joining us, the Mission Pro Wrestling Champion. All the Countdown City Wrestling. That was badass.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
And
great questions, everybody coming in, especially that one about how loud Tommy potentially is during the shows. That was.
How did this turn into something about me?
Yeah.
I got to be nice with you, Tommy, because you could have easily thrown me under the bus and been like, he's been cheering for Jasmine all up until last show.
I thought about that, but I was like,
you're a better man than I will admit. I can't even lie. You're a better man than me.
I don't want to say too much because I might be wearing an Astro shirt this weekend. I'm just saying. So,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know if she's a Rays fan or.
I mean,
you'll
segment about her team got that.
Respect, though.
I don't want to say a whole lot of bad stuff about the Orioles right now because I don't want to get fired or suspended by the Orioles ownership. If you guys have heard about that.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, we talked a bit about of MPW Boiling Point with Jennacide. Now we're just going to go through and make our predictions. If you're following along with us, please definitely make your predictions along with us. We're going to start first with the Mission Pro Cup Gauntlet match. This has Impact Wrestling feels all over it, doesn't it? Right?
It does, bro. So bad.
Okay. But not only that, there are so many intriguing possibilities.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Brian is still in here, but I thought I had heard from someone that the King Bees are not in it. That something came up, and so I don't know if this is 100% confirmed, Brian, or if someone has seen that. I think Boss Baines is taking one of their places, and then someone else. I know, but that's what I was told. I missed one of their YouTube shows, so I don't know if that's true. But again, it's 6 or 7 people with different interesting possibilities of who could face Jennacide. Like we mentioned, he was in here for a minute. Casey Blackrose.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's what I'm going with. That's my prediction because I think it's. I want to see the match for crying out loud. So
there you go.
Serena 6 broken.
Look,
he never left.
6 broken back.
And I don't know if Casey's heard us, but we start a backbreaker count in his matches.
Yeah.
Whether it's here, RCW, hybrid, and I like to sound like the count from the Sesame Street as we're doing it too. So it's like one broken back,
backbreaker,
two broken, yeah.
Should we do it in Spanish though? I mean, just throw it out there.
You can throw that in there. Your kids can help us out on that.
I mean, they're in dual language.
I know. That's why I was,
Yeah. So,
no, but you know what? And here's the thing, and Casey's listening. He knows this, but he don't care because he's just going to fight. Kind of unfair that he won this cup. He's had it for since last year, and then they decide after this gauntlet match, the winner gets it turned into basically Money in the Bank.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So Casey's throwing out his number. He's going 10 plus broken backs.
We have to do the auctioneer thing. Tech bro out here. Let me
So yeah, like the secret.
Well, let me run through who's in this. If those that don't know, now this is as of we last checked. Obviously, there's some cards subject to change for damn sure. Joey Hyder, Lady Bird Monroe, Danny B, Charity King, Casey Blackrose, Alejandro Leon, and Misty Marks are who was set up.
And at the time, that is the order of the gauntlet match as well. So Hyder was supposed to start off. No, there was slight differences. But anyways, yes. But I think Hyder's number 1.
Yeah.
And one of the replacements is number 2. Casey's at 4. Alejandra and I think Lady Bird are at the end. I think Misty was more.
So they've already set the order. It's not going to be.
Yeah. So they set the order a couple weeks ago on their show on YouTube.
I like 4 for Casey. I think that's
right
a good
in the
spot. It's right in the middle. It's good. So I'm going to stick with Casey Blackrose as my prediction there too. And Mike Brittany versus Wemby. I mean, who are you going with? Because
that did go down while we were at Comic-Con. So that was a fun discussion those days when we were there.
Sorry.
So Mike, who are you going with in this gauntlet match?
I'm going to go with Casey too. Like I said, he's had this. He's defended it a few times.
Yeah.
And now they're like, now it's going to be a Money in the Bank as long as you can win the match.
All right.
And he ain't going to complain. He's just going to go and do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully Joey Hyder will be done way before they get to Casey. But if not, Casey, break his back a few times.
Break his back after he's done.
Because as we said, while Men's Revolution was complaining, Casey actually won something in Mission Pro. So just going to say that.
All right, so that means Legacy of Nerds. Also going with Casey Blackrose. Tommy, who are you going with? Yeah,
I'm making it a clean sweep. Casey Blackrose. Especially, I mean, you can't call out Jennacide. Nah, he made a believer out of me just now, even remotely calling out Jennacide. He's a braver man than me. So
exactly what he says here.
Fall right now. Yeah, God, I wish I could point this up.
I know. We'll read it. MPW keeps sleeping on me. I'm the true man of Mission Pro. Others lose and complain, and I just stack wins.
Nice.
That's kind of it. But honestly, he's kind of been doing that for the past few months, though. Just all over, all over.
Trying to see if it'll pop up. It's not working. Yeah.
He's been winning matches. I know they just lost the tag titles and everything in RCW and Hybrid, but still, like before that, he's just been winning.
Yeah, and how much nefarious things had to go on?
Shenanigans.
No kidding. For both of those sets of belts. So
yeah, true. So, but. He's been stacking up all those wins like all over the place. So yeah, it's hard to bet against him at this point. Is what I'm saying. So,
I agree.
All right, Nova Phoenix versus Queen Uju. Tommy, what do you got here?
This one's tough, man, because they're both good. Nova hasn't been in Mission Pro in a while. Queen Uju's been slowly making her name.
She's trained by Athena.
Or
up there, with Athena. Yeah. So
I'll say Nova with no confidence in that pick whatsoever.
Well, that goes either way, right?
Yeah, and for the record, Mission Pro, this is one of the few places where if I'm wrong, I'm not mad because it's like it's going to be a fun show anyway, so I kind of don't care. So, but I'll say Nova again with no confidence whatsoever in that pick.
All right, Mike, what about you?
In a similar vein, I'm going to go Queen Uju just to be different. It's going to be a hell of a match. But Tommy was right. Like, it's going to be a great match. Uju's been impressive there. Phoenix has been impressive in other places, but like you said, kind of coming back to Mission Pro for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Either way, can't go wrong.
Give me Uju. I like what I saw last month from her. So I like what I've been seeing recently. So I'm going to go with Uju with that. Yeah. That, like you said, it's very close to me just grabbing this puck and flipping that head. Or something.
Yeah.
So. All right. Denise Day and Shay Carmichael. Mike, you're picking this one first. Who you got?
And JC, I don't know if this will affect your pick.
Yeah.
Jennacide, we love you. Thanks again.
Jennacide.
We see you popping in the comments.
Thank you so much. You have a safe Triple C this weekend.
Yeah, definitely be safe. Denise Day is out of Laredo.
Oh boy.
We saw her at Hybrid a couple months ago, and now this is her MPW debut. Shay Carmichael's at about her third show.
Yep.
Been very impressive, but hasn't lost the first 2 matches. I don't know if that's good or bad. Legacy? What's
what are you changing your pick to? I gotta know. Okay.
God damn. Casey, you got my permission to give that guy a backbreaker too.
We will not help.
Yeah.
We'll hold him for you.
Yeah.
I'm another tough one.
Yeah, this is another tough one.
I'm gonna go with Denise Day because she's South Texas.
Yeah,
she's really good. Shay Carmichael is too, but I think she's gonna be denied her first MPW win for another month.
Okay. Tommy, what about you?
Yeah, I'll go Denise Day. Yeah, because she's impressed me the last few times I've seen her. It's like she's really got for I think this is I think she's still like her first year or second year if I'm not mistaken, but she's really got a lot of heart. So I'm gonna stick with Denise Day.
I'm pretty sure Tina, when she hears that she's from Laredo, like she's gonna be all for it, cheer for her and everything like that for sure. Hometown crowd thing. I'm kind of split on this one because I feel like you guys have mentioned that Shay hasn't had a win yet, Mission Pro, and I feel like they're gonna turn that into something. Like she's just gonna get so frustrated that she can't pick up a win, and she's just gonna go psycho with it. So
I like that,
and I kind of want to see that from her. I kind of want to see this iconic thing. Like I need a win, and her finally go full on heel, just get pissed off or something. So I'm gonna go with Denise Day. Won't be surprised if Shay gets a win here, but I kind of want to see how much they can push this so that Shay can actually break out of this and just get real pissed off and just start
shenanigans. Sorry.
Yes. All right. This one's kind of here on the middle of our sheet, but we're gonna go with it because this one has been probably, aside from the championship match, the tag titles, the most talked about match on this card.
Yeah.
Izzy Moreno versus Jasmine Allure. Izzy Moreno's long-awaited pro wrestling debut because the moment she was that little girl in NXT, everyone knew, this girl's probably going to be a wrestler. So the road to redemption at Sasha Banks for that headband thing, or something like that, begins this weekend.
I need that match down the line someday. I don't care where it happens. It could be a Mission Pro in 3 years for all I care.
Yeah. Whether it's at Wrestle Kingdom, whether it's at SummerSlam down the road, who knows? It starts now. Maybe yes. Talk to me about permission to use this clip for that years down the road. So but I'm gonna start this off. Hey, it is your debut match. We're all excited to see it. I think she's gonna do such a great job. I've been following her. The way she's done MMA training, the way she's done pro wrestling training, she's doing all the right things, taking all the right advice, has done such a great job. But Jasmine Allure is going to teach her a lesson. And she's like, hey, this isn't all sunshine and rainbows. So love the ring gear, but I really think Izzy's going to do a fantastic job tearing the house down. Just relax, take a deep breath, Izzy, enjoy it. But I think Jasmine Allure is going to walk away with the win here. So, Tommy, what about you?
First thing I'll say is Terry said in the chat that Denise Day Dreamcatcher just won a title down south, and he mentioned hybrid as where Izzy trains. So those are all those. So I just want to point that out. Also, JC, I want to make this very clear. I agree with everything you said is correct. It's thoughtful, logical thinking based on actual factual information. That being said, screw Jasmine Allure. I'm picking Izzy all day. I don't care. I do not care. If I am wrong, I'm riding or dying with my best friend, doggone it. So if I'm wrong, cool. I will just be wrong. This will be a point I will just lose. But I will not, under any circumstances, pick Jasmine over Izzy. Not going to happen. I pick Izzy. But that being said, Jason, I completely think you're right. I just don't care.
Now, Mike, this is the battle of two people that you have interviewed on this show.
It's true.
Yeah, so where are you going with this one?
I made things clear after the last show where I stood. Tommy screwed up.
I wish my chat was fucking working. Like, put it up.
For those who can't see it, it says Jason says, "Yeah, Tommy, screw real fast."
with perhaps not as much vitriol behind the Screw Jasmine in the general that Tommy was saying. Same thing. What you're saying makes sense. Also, what Terry says here may make sense. Izzy wins by DQ. Jasmine flips the hell out.
I can see that.
We said it earlier when Jennacide was on. After that loss to Jennacide, she was contemplating life, maybe contemplating finishing college and getting a different career. I don't know. And so, but I do think that may mean she is willing to do anything. But will she be caught doing those anythings? But yeah, it's Team Izzy all the way. We've gotten to know her. We've gotten to know her parents. She's trained by Hybrid. We're not betting against Izzy.
Yeah.
So heart versus head, as we talk about a lot. We're going with the heart on this one.
All right.
I would like to point out before we move on just how crazy it is how well we've gotten to know her and her family, considering like this is like someone who's gotten famous from NXT doing wrestling interviews, and now it's like we see her at least once a month, and we're like, hi, like we've known her for years. It's just not cool.
Okay, not only that, like she comes up to us. It's not like we're fans. Like, oh hey, she's like, hey guys.
Her parents do too.
I know.
Her mom will like clear like a room just to get to us to say hi, and like and another thing is like I don't know if I ever wanted to tell her dad is like super intimidating. I feel so bad whenever she starts dating because like I'm like, bro, you got a mountain to climb, bro.
Here's the thing though, like you've seen all the training she's done.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. I mean, she's fine. She's pretty much taking care of herself, So.
This is true. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Like she'll come home like, he tried something, Dad. What'd you do? I ripped his eye out. That's my girl.
Gave him the Karafuda clutch.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
And like she's like puts that on Twitter, and Shayna's like, I've never been more proud.
Oh, JC, you can't put up messages. Can you put up like web pages?
Web pages? What do you mean?
Like, can you find Bayley's tweet? Because she quote tweeted, not Izzy herself, but like some other website that was, or a Twitter account that was saying, Bayley's #1 fan Izzy is making her pro wrestling debut, and they had the pictures. And Bayley quote tweeted and sent her like a little message, but in pure Bayley fashion, it was encouraging with a kind of butt.
Yeah, it was.
If you can pull it up, yes, okay, because
it's very like yay, almost.
It is damage control Bayley 100%.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I love how, like you said, it's encouraging but still in character.
Yeah. So if it can, I'll read it here in a minute, but let's see if you can pull it up.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
There it is.
So if y'all can't quite read that, it says, if you couldn't tell by this past Saturday at SummerSlam, I breed champions. Enjoy every second of this weekend. It's Izzy Mania. I'm proud to see how far you've come. Parentheses, please don't lose or I'll disown you so quick.
Okay. So, given the events of this past weekend, it's been hard for me to be at work and not fall out laughing. That was another reason I was like almost dying laughing at work today. I made the dumb mistake of reading that at work.
Izzy's response, by the way, thank you for being my hero. I can only hope to inspire another person the way you inspired me. And yeah, I'll get that win. So, yep.
Yeah. It's gonna be a great time. All eyes will be on Mission Pro this coming Saturday.
Yes,
man.
For sure.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And is part of me kind of like a little kind of like tipping my own cap that's happening in San Antonio at Mission Pro. It's like yeah, we got this, man. So
yeah, just think about the many more millions of people that are going to hear that laugh, are going to hear that voice in the clip.
Ah, damn it! But here's the worst part. No, seriously, my self-consciousness doesn't kick in until after the show. Like during the show, I don't give a damn.
Look, Tommy, if Izzy pins her, imagine what they're going to hear out of you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be great if she does.
I just realized this, and I wish it would have come to me when Jennacide was still on. I think y'all like high-fived after that win.
We high-fived,
right?
We chest bumped.
Yes,
because I was like one of the greatest moments of my entire life. I was like, Jennacide chest bumped me.
That just kind of came back to me. I was like, oh, that's right. Y'all like celebrated together.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah, Jason. If Izzy pulls off the win,
if Izzy wins,
we need to give Tommy some, Oppenheimer space for that mushroom cloud.
I may do a lap around the building, just like
Look, Terry, don't even put that into my mind of possibility.
Yo,
dude, that would be nuts.
You think I would scream? This one over here? This one?
Mike is now going to take that thing with him just in case, right? So
you know that New Girl clip that gets used a lot where Nick like freaks out. Have you ever seen that one from New Girl? Yeah. That's gonna be me.
Oh, is that when they meet Prince? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, because okay, look, real talk. Mike is like one of the biggest Bayley fans, but that does not mean that we are not. Let's just be clear here. If Bayley happens to show up, we're all freaking
Not
out.
to mention, JC, your daughter will pretty much be the same way because she's been since Hugger Bayley.
Look,
even stuck with her through the change.
One of the proudest, you mentioned it, one of the proudest things about my daughter, she's been a fan. Like, I mean, there's like a pinned tweet I have up there, or X, whatever the hell you call it now. My daughter's probably like 2 years old. I don't recall how old she was. She's in the middle of having her little tea party, and Bayley's, music hits, and she turns around just to enjoy it for a minute, and then turns back. And, Bayley was her first walk-up song in T-ball, and literally everyone, like, after, I remember Bayley's heel turn where she killed the floating mid, floating tube mid, whatever. But she still used the music for a walk-up song, and like other parents are asking me, did she watch the heel turns? Like, yeah, she did, but she still loves Bayley. And even when we watch it and Bayley's on, she's so excited to see her. She was excited to see her make an appearance at SummerSlam this past weekend, was part of Io Shirai's cash-in. So she's still a huge fan of Bayley's, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I know we need to talk about that in a minute, but
yeah,
that was great with her with the.
In Audie's defense, I feel the same way like whenever Okada goes heel. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Claudio and Bayley for me.
Yeah. La Rosa Negra.
Yeah.
She can be as heel as she wants to be. It's like, she's a bad guy now. I don't know what that information is supposed to mean to me.
Like, honestly, if Claudio grabbed -1 and started giving him the business, I'd be like, you probably deserved it, kid. What'd you say? I'm just saying.
But honestly, wait, -1, I feel like he could take it, though.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
Talk about another rematch in 20 years.
I was trying to think of the most sympathetic baby face in AEW.
And you're right. It's -1.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. This has turned so much. Good luck, Izzy. Enjoy every second, just like Bayley said in that tweet. It's pretty awesome. So, JP Harlow versus Maya World. I know.
You know where we're going.
I know where y'all are going, but
just give us your pick. You know what our
pick. Yeah, I don't care.
Go Astros. JP Harlow. Let's do this, baby.
Good for you. I don't care. Maya World.
Mission Bro Wrestling. I think that's a great shirt.
You know what, though, Tommy? He's going to be talking to JP for like 30 minutes after the show. Specifically about Astros.
I mean, potentially. Or maybe
potentially
or something. Yeah, you never know.
But look, again, logic and facts. I get it. They're real. They are a thing. I understand that, and I respect them, and I respect the logic and facts that you have. I also don't care. Maya World.
Mike, I assume you're the same way, right?
Yes,
Maya Logic and facts. All right, yeah. There you go.
Not even remotely a chance of that one.
All right, now on to the title matches here. MPW Tag Team Championship, Bougie Reality defending against MJ Santana and Mia Friday. Tommy, where are you going with this one?
I got to pick Bougie Reality. I've seen no reason to doubt them yet. I feel like I got a Donna Purrazzo of them right now. It's like if they lose, cool. But until they do, I got to go with Bougie Reality, man.
All right, Mike.
I will preface this by saying I think the tag team of MJ Santana and Mia Friday coming together is a cool thing.
I do too.
I think it's good for them. Kind of, they got put together and thrown right into a title match. Kind of interesting. But again, same thing. You got to go Bougie Reality. They've been dominant since they beat the Renegade Twins. It's been over a year now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, and again, same thing. Until we get Jennacide and Holiday together, I don't see a team right now that's taking those belts off them. So,
you said it. I'm going with Bougie Reality as well. It's going to be a a team like Jennacide Holiday potentially being the ones taking off him is just this is such a new team that's challenging them. They haven't really got a chance to work together. Like they have to figure that stuff out. So sticking with the champs in that respect. And then the MPW Championship match sponsored by the Countdown City WrestleCast. The champion Jennacide defending against Tiffany Nieves. Both are on win streaks, no matter how you look at it, whether it's 3 matches or however many Jennacide has won. I know I'm going with Jennacide on this because the way I'm seeing it down the road, her next 2 challengers are potentially going to be JP Harlow and Casey Blackrose. Whether it's in consecutive months or what, I think that's where this is going. So, but I've got Jennacide winning this one, holding the title. I assume you guys feel the same way, or do y'all think Tiffany Nieves is going to pull an upset here?
I love Tiffany Nieves.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. But I don't see it happening this time. I got to go Jennacide. And I do want to point out a very interesting statistic because while she was here, I looked up Cage Match. That's why I found out about her. She has actually had the title for almost a year because she won it in September of last year.
Right.
But in singles matches, and I'm only counting singles matches, she has only lost to 2 people in singles matches in her entire Mission Pro career. One was Holiday, and the other was Kylan King. She's lost in like tag matches and multiple people matches and things like that. But in one-on-one matches, she has only ever lost twice. And 1 or 2 to lose to.
One to the former champ and one to one of the other big players.
Like one's a former champ and one's one about 3 people who's as tall as she is. So that makes
Excuse me. So, Mike, officially, what's your pick here?
Well, I think it's obvious where my pick is going to go, but I actually have something to add to this.
Okay.
With all due respect to Deonna Purrazzo, I'm officially from here forth out changing it to genociding it.
Fair enough.
And it's genocide till she loses it.
All right.
So definitely picking the champ.
I mean, to be fair, Deonna Purrazzo did lose recently, so I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So, very cool. Well, that is MPW Boiling Point. How... my God, this stuff is delayed on me here. Here we go. It takes place this Saturday, August 12th, 6 p.m. Central Time is when it goes live. If you're VIP, that's at 5 o'clock. It takes place at the Salvation Army Corps, 3802 Southwest Military Drive in San Antonio, Texas. If you're not able to attend, it's on TitleMatchNetwork.com. Go check that out. For ticket information, visit MissionProWrestling.com. And I know that because, yes, I did buy our tickets for this event. Yes, my family will be out there. VIP, second row. Looking forward to it. Yeah. So, God, I can't remember the last time I've been to a show, to be honest with you. So,
probably pre-COVID easily. So,
yeah, definitely. I don't think I've been to one since COVID for sure. So, all right. Well, from that, I know it's a bit reversed. Having Jennacide on, we previewed Boiling Point. Now we're going to discuss WWE SummerSlam.
I almost forgot that
happened. Yeah. And not too bad of a show either. I think there was,
it was decent.
It was decent, yeah.
I call it one sleeper match, not because it was sleeper good, but because some people got put to sleep by it. But we gotta know what that one was. So,
wow.
Yeah. But it opened with Logan Paul and Ricochet. Guys, told you.
Okay. But I do want to point out one thing.
Go ahead, I'm listening right here.
By the way, I bought a couple of Prime drinks. I haven't tried them yet, but they're in the fridge right now. I meant to grab them, but
freaking great, dude. Yeah. So.
Terry, that's hilarious. He said my SummerSlam picks suck, but I won money with it on DraftKings.
There you go.
Yeah. By the way, for those, and I'll give you Terry's official pick record when we get to that point of the show. So
okay,
I have that here.
But I just have to point out the ref was looking, and the ring announcer, who is Ricochet's fiance, who they involved in the storyline, is watching. The ref has to do that, like, oh, let me turn around while you use the brass knucks. And why would his fiance not go, I can't announce the winner because we all saw you use brass knuckles? I'm just saying.
Could have continued a story. That would have been great, So, I mean, that would have been awesome.
I mean, look, in all seriousness, he's good. Every time he's in the ring, he's impressive. A kid had to throw him a Prime bottle after the match because it was all, I'm not sure if it was shown enough, but I think C4 energy drink was like their
something like that.
I think there was like a billboard in the very back that was hard to see or something.
Yeah.
Was it C4 or D3? I don't remember.
C4, I think.
Okay,
that's what everyone was
I don't know.
about.
It was definitely a bingo.
Oh no, wait! It was C4 because Bailey brought it up one of her backstage videos. She said since I didn't film a commercial, here's my commercial.
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Logan Paul obviously came out with a Prime bottle before the match, but they had to put tape over the logo for that. But shout out to that fan that threw him a bottle afterwards so he could show that off. That was great. And I'm pretty sure Cody versus Brock would have opened the show, but they did this match. Great match, by the way. Hell of a match for anybody to follow. And then Logan immediately had to jump on a private jet, get from Detroit to Dallas to be in the corner for his brother's fight against Nate Diaz, still wearing his SummerSlam gear, by the way.
Yeah, like that trip is at least an hour plus easily. Like you couldn't have grabbed
probably 2-3 hours.
You could have taken a bag with you, some wipies.
I think he just wanted to go out there,
I think, I know.
Yeah.
I think it probably. I bet he did that on purpose.
No, he was.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Legacy of Nerds. I don't know if you can see the comments, JC. Legacy of Nerds.
I see it on YouTube, by the way. Yeah, go ahead. So.
Okay, just it's like brought because they banned Prime during the boxing match. I didn't know that. That's hilarious.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't see the boxing match either, but I do know that basically the Paul brothers went undefeated that night.
Can he box an actual current in shape boxer anytime soon?
Did he fight Mayweather, or was that?
No, he didn't fight Mayweather. I don't think he did.
No, that was Logan, wasn't it?
That was Logan. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know Jake Paul's asked for a rematch with Nate, but they're going to do it MMA rules this time. So my money's probably on Nate Diaz in that fight. But anyway, yeah, the C4 was everywhere, Terry. I know.
Yeah, that was the joke. There was the one match where it was all around the ringside stuff. Like every time they showed a replay, it was all in the. I was like, oh, I wonder what their sponsor is.
Yeah. Any other matches stand out to you guys? That we don't. Besides some of the title matches or anything out there that I guess we'll go around. What's one match that stood out to you the most from SummerSlam? Mike, we'll start with you.
Okay, I'm going to say this first because if you loved it, I'm not going to crap on you or anything like that. But the Cody Brock match, the minute you figured out what they were doing, and they've been doing with this Cody for a while, it takes me out because when you build Brock Lesnar as the monster that he is, and not that Cody's like a bad wrestler, he's great, but for Cody to withstand all of that and do I'm not going to give up the John Cena stuff, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, okay, I get what we're doing. And then I got to sit here and watch, suplex to the outside, 9, 10. Oh, he made it back in.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I know where they're going. And we talked about this in the chat. Like, it's probably Cody Roman 2 at WrestleMania 40. I don't know, but that's just me. As far as good matches, like Terry said, the LA Knight thing was cool to finally, like, just give him the battle royal they did.
Yeah.
And the women's 3-way was good, including the cash-in.
Yeah.
And what I had to say about that was Bailey, first of all, keeping up behind Io, takes the case, knocks out Asuka and Charlotte.
Yeah.
On the way down to the ring was hilarious. And then Bianca got her, but that allowed Io to get the case, take out her knee, and get the quick moonsault. So, because I was kind of shocked when Bianca won again at first, because like, she just had a lengthy reign. That was interesting. But then when the damage control music hit, I was like, oh, okay.
I saw people complaining about her losing that fast. I was like, guys, she just had one. They actually even said it online. She had one of the longest title reign and the shortest title reign. It's fine. So
that was Audie's complaint too. Watching it, she was like, "She just won. That's not fair." I was like, "Audie, that's the way Money in the Bank works, girl. You learned a lesson right there."
And I can't believe I'm defending this, but I think Charlotte's been cast in on a few times in the recent years, so I guess it makes more sense to not have her win it, because that would have given her like the 16th reign.
I think so.
But then it would have been like a 10-second reign, so it kind of made sense, I think, in the end. Her C4 endorsement made her win.
Yeah.
And then Io came down with the Prime. Never mind.
Yeah, right. And it was cool also to see Dakota Kai in the ring for that. We're still recovering from injury.
Yeah.
By the way, she did say on her stream that she was actually like, her phone was on not disturb because she was sleeping in. Like, I don't have nothing to do. And then all of a sudden her phone is blowing up when she wakes up. It's like, hey, we need you in Detroit. She's like, oh shit. She just jump on a plane and get over there. To
That's awesome.
So
that's so great. Like, you're like sleeping on a Saturday. Hey, get on a plane, get to Detroit. We need you over here. Oh,
crap. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Jump on and get over there. Yeah. So.
Oh, do you see what Legacy threw in here real quick? Jake Paul was on camera talking to an icing promoter. The dude told him to his face he's athletic and entertaining, but doesn't have the it factor in boxing.
Look, I'll throw this out there right now when it comes to not having the it factor. The Paul brothers, whether you like them or not, that's what boxing needs right now because no one really gives a shit about boxing. I'm sorry. Since Mayweather's retired, Pacquiao doesn't fight as much anymore. Sure, Canelo, when he fights, everyone wants to see that for sure. But this is kind of the new way of sports right now. And I'm not saying Jake Paul's good or bad of a boxer. I don't know if he has the it factor, but he's popular. Put a guy. That's really what it's about. And he's a self-made YouTube boxing star, if you will. He's gotten in the ring, against Nate Diaz, who's predominantly an MMA fighter but has some boxing experience. I mean, it was a fight. It sold tickets. It sold money. It sold pay-per-view buys. That's what it's all about.
There is the thing. Yeah. Like, you're right. Like, it's been against former MMA people, former boxers, former athletes, but everyone's talking about it. Everyone's buying them. You're not wrong. I mean, that's 100% right about it. So.
Terry says it puts on all the products. I mean, all of us, I could not stand Mayweather, the fact that he ran. Like, seriously, I hated it. But I would bootleg a stream because I wasn't paying for it to see if he lost. That was my thing. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, Canelo Alvarez fights. It's a goddamn national holiday in South Texas and Mexico. So
I think the statute of limitations is good. Was it Periscope? That used to be like quick live videos. That's what I would do a few times where people were like, throw them up on. I think it was Periscope. Yeah. And try to see what I could.
If Conor McGregor was fighting, I found myself a Periscope stream from Ireland because I knew somebody there was watching it. And that's how you get around it. So that's what it is. He puts people by it. That's what
all the undercard it gets watched too, and then you get people on there. Yeah.
Terry said that one match gets all the other ones seen.
This Saturday, all the people that watch Izzy's helping bring in are going to get all that other exposure too. Because more than likely, I know we were doing that, like Jason said, out of order. Probably that's either going to be the second or maybe the main event, depending on how the order works out. So
pretty sure it's going to be semi-main. I feel like it's going to be tag titles, then Izzy versus Jasmine, and then the top championship match at the end. That's right.
I feel like story-wise in MPW, Tiffany and Jennacide kind of takes precedence.
Yeah.
But no disrespect to Izzy and Jasmine though.
Well, you meant disrespect to Jasmine just now.
Disrespect to her for sure. But
back to SummerSlam though. I guess something that stuck out to me, Rollins versus Finn. Yes. I think was such an amazing match. Didn't know which way it was going to go. I was really hoping Finn was going to pull it off, but it told an interesting story there where Seth ends up getting the win. Where did Damian Priest really botch what he was supposed to do there? Did he do it on purpose? Did he or don't he? That's the big question,
Yeah, so, it is, but it honestly looks like he's not. It looks to me, at least, and I think this is what they're trying to get across, that Finn is getting paranoid.
Yeah.
I think Priest was doing it, like, legitimately, and Finn was freaking out about it. To me, that's the way it looks, but I do like the is it or, are they... And then they threw in the little tweak on Monday night of JD Madonna, don't Google me or whatever.
Yeah.
Talking to Finn, and of course they're both the Irish lads. So Kevin Owens.
That's what I was gonna say. Kevin Owens ruined that match just like when
Samoa
Dave
Joe.
Dave Chappelle said Juicy Smouye. That man's name will never be Juicy Smollett ever again. He's JD, but don't Google me for the rest of his life.
Yeah, exactly.
Legacy Nerd, a while back I asked you guys, where's Damian Priest? A week later, he became a player. Look, this is basically what it is. Legacy, if you want to know what somebody's up to, ask the question. They'll probably be on TV the next week.
Yeah,
so, potentially, yeah. If we don't know the answer, that's probably what's going to happen. So,
and Terry, you're right. He slipped it in, and Finn was complaining about it, thinking, and that's what threw off the timing, and the way it looked like it was going.
So
yeah,
it's been a great piece of storytelling. That's very intriguing how they're doing this Judgment Day. And honestly, with some people saying the Bloodline storyline is coming down, you're getting another stable storyline working its way up, but it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And they've Judgment Day has been kind of dominant and on all 3 shows.
Yeah.
Dominic's the North American champion. Him and Rhea are on there. Rhea's getting into a thing with Lyra Vicarious or something like that. Valkyria.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever her name is. So yeah, Judgment Day is kind of popping off. Like Bloodline's been doing that constant story, but Judgment Day has kind of come up into that second position of kind of importance on the show. So
yeah,
sure. Tommy, anything else stick out from you about SummerSlam?
Gunther and Drew.
Oh yeah.
Gun. Like, look, I'm sorry. The Roman Reigns thing is now played out to me. It really is. I feel I'm losing all my interest. I care way more about Gunther's reign than I do about Roman Reigns at this point, because he's been. If you want to talk about someone who's been consistent for the past year, Gunther's name's got to be in there.
I think he's less than a month from taking Honky's record.
Yeah, he is. I think so because I meant to pull that up right before when we got this, and I completely forgot, because I looked it up. He's about to pass, if he didn't pass, Pedro Morales already.
Yeah, I think he's second, if I'm not mistaken. I thought he was right behind Honky.
Okay, no. He's got 2 more days. He's at 423 right now.
Okay.
Pedro Morales has 425.
Okay.
And Honky Tonk Man has 454. So if he can hold on to it for another month, then he's going to beat past Honky Tonk Man.
And I was surprised that they said that was the first singles match, Gunther versus McIntyre. That's what they said on the show, at least in WWE. And I thought I heard some people saying that they had never gone as Walter versus Drew. What was he on the Indies?
Drew Galloway.
Yeah. But that was a.
I think you're right, actually. Hold on.
I think we ever saw it. Galloway was predominantly.
They were 3.
Impact.
Yeah.
So.
And even in WWE was a 3-way matches with Sheamus and that was another one. Because if you just let McIntyre go, he's so damn good.
Yeah.
But to face someone who's got almost equal physicality, like I said, it's him, Sheamus, and Gunther right there. And that was a hell of a match too. Like, there were some really good matches like that. I'm kind of with you though, with the Roman thing, kind of just swinging back to that real quick. Not that I'm completely over it. I don't like the Jay thing after they literally just separated as the Usos from Roman and Solo, and they injured him. And I don't like Heyman and them saying, "Oh, the bloodline story is in the bottom of the third." No. That's like I said before. Had Sammy not entered himself into the storyline, and they kind of took the Sammy storyline for a whole year in the bloodline story by itself would have been done by now.
It would have been. Yeah, you're right.
Right. So don't tell me there's like another 2 years of bloodline storyline. With all due respect, it's been great. They've had some of the most compelling segments, TV shots in these past couple years. But if we're getting back to Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania 40, then you need to kind of wind up the bloodline part of it, and then just finish out with Roman on his own, I think.
Basically, if Sammy hadn't pointed out that Jay wasn't feeling very oozy, this would have been gone a long time ago. Basically.
Yeah,
it's true.
Terry's talking about how Roman Reigns' entrance was somehow longer than Taker's. That was a long ramp they had to walk down. I'm just saying, Taker's, if he had to walk down that long ramp, might have been a lot slower too. They might have just put him on a golf cart and brought him in. So.
Didn't they do that one time? It wasn't a cart. It was a platform that they had him kind of like.
Yeah, it was like a WrestleMania or something. They've done
that before. Yeah. It was WrestleMania 9. He came out like on a hearse cart or something.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
There was like a WrestleMania. Was it 6 where they had him on like a thing with like a little mini ring? But I don't think the Undertaker was around by then. So.
No,
those were at 6, but I don't.
Yeah.
Or was that his debut? No, his debut was 7, I think.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they had those at 3 too, because I remember Andre.
Yeah.
Look, Jason, I'm sticking with this. I've been saying this Roman's not going to drop the title to WrestleMania 40. In Philadelphia, it's going to be Cody Rhodes. It's just we said it after he lost. This is the down and the up.
Be at this point,
I was just going to say, like I said earlier, after what they allowed him to survive, and then you know we I know I said in the chat, like Cody said, "Oh, I didn't know what Brock was going to do." Brock may have done that spontaneously to shake his hand because everything I've heard is Brock really does have a good head for wrestling. And he's going to be gone for a while. But I don't think Cody really thought Brock was going to shoot on him. But whatever. But yeah, you survived Brock the way you did. He shakes your hand. It better be Cody at this point.
At this point.
I mean, you get the
now
rub
you're
from
really
Brock,
screwed it up.
You get the rub from Brock Lesnar that he's not given to anybody. And he's doing this because, well, I'm not going to be on TV probably till Survivor Series. So
I'll take this guy's hand.
Like because if this is the route they're going to go, let me put what I can on this guy to really build him up as the guy that's going to finally do it. So, So, Chariot Mania, great stuff.
Yeah, with the Vulture, that's right.
Yeah,
that was a good
I always did like that Vulture.
Yeah.
Against Giant Gonzalez.
All right, so how did we do on our pick results? Well, Terry, 1-6, Terry. There you go. Tommy went 2-5. Mike,
I was like, I didn't do much better.
And I went 4-3. It was close, right?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, straight down the line. So, gonna get now into our WrestleCast ratings for SummerSlam. 0 to 5, 5 to WrestleMania 17, 0 being December to Dismember. If you have your rating, please put it in the chat as well. We're gonna start with Tommy. What is your rating for SummerSlam?
I'll give it a 4. It was a fine show. It could have been done so much better. I really do think, but I'll give it a 4. It would have been a 4.5 because LA Knight won something finally, but a couple other things kind of dragged down the points for me, so I'll give it a 4.
Yeah. All right, Mike.
I'm right there with Tommy. I'm going to give it a 4. It again, same thing. It had some good moments, but then some of the not as good moments were just
kind of standoutish.
Yeah. And I know they're capable of better. And also, I know they've done this for years, but on a show that goes 4+ hours, I don't need to see the recap in the pre-show at the beginning and then right before the match. And I know why they do it. They're thinking globally. They're thinking about new customers all the time and new fans, but it's like, let me go take a little bathroom break and do some stuff and come back, and then the match is just getting started. So,
yeah. Legacy Nerd gives it a 3. Terry gives it a 3.5.
Damn.
I'm tough critics, right? I'm giving this a 4, and the main thing is that Ronda and Shayna brought this down quite a bit because you're at a point right now in a wrestling show where no one should be taking a bathroom break match. And there's literally videos of people during that match going to the concession stand or the bathroom in the live crowd, for crying out loud. While as entertaining as it was for that Battle Royal, I really thought that should have been on the pre-show. I really did. There's I see why they did on the main show. I know what they were trying to do, but it's just a 4 for me. That gives our overall rating a 4. Jason also has it as a 4. But
look at me, they bumped for some of this stuff. I was like, bro, really? We didn't get Becky and
Trish?
That's going to be my 1-minute warning. Yeah.
Not according to Triple H. Nothing was.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Everything was set this way.
Bullshit. That'll be part of my 1-minute warning.
Legacy of Nerd.
Okay.
I didn't see, not a lot of people did.
Here's the thing. I think it for what it's worth, I think it got Shayna over as a huge babyface in WWE because the fans were happy that she put Ronda to sleep, and then apparently Ronda was like, "Well, I guess I got no reason to be in WWE anymore," and fans were like, "Yay!" But
look, here's my thing about that match: if you had not promoted that as an MMA match and just done a straight wrestling match, maybe a no DQ,
that's kind of what I was getting at.
And you get that finish, it would have gone over so much better.
Or if you're going to do that, they have the fight pit that they've used a few times. If you're going to do it MMA, then you got to do the fight pit. Or like you said, you do a hardcore match, anything goes, or a submission match even. But
something
like I said this, the one thing that really took me out is Ronda connected with the kick, and then the ref made them separate to check on Shayna. In an MMA match, you call the match then, or you let the person attack, because usually they go down, they start hitting them on the head, and the ref has to call it.
Yeah, like bring in Herb Dean next time for that one. Jeez, he's
in an MMA rules match, you don't stop to be like, hold on, let me check on them.
Yeah, that made me mad. I was like, because I legitimately do love watching MMA. Like I love watch like knockout compilations. And I was like, you don't stop a match you don't pause the action for a kick. Let that play out. If they recover, cool. If they don't, then you call the match. But you let that kick play out. I don't even know why they made it. That was my biggest problem with that. It's like, why did they make it MMA rules? What did that do? There was no point to that.
Yeah, and I said it on the show last week. I said it is not a good idea to do an MMA rules match and a wrestling unless you got to book it very, very well, and it's very difficult, even if they have MMA, because when you do stuff like that where you're stopping it after a kick, that's a problem. If you're gonna say MMA rules, the ref's got to treat it like an MMA match, straight up.
Yep.
Even if it's kayfabe or not, that's just the way it is. So this finish was great. I love the finish, but it would have gone over so much better if it was just like a no DQ or just a straight wrestling match. And she makes Ronda pass out. You know, that's bigger than her losing, getting pinned by Becky at WrestleMania. You know, So that's ultimately what it's about. Again, for us, Shayna's left arm as well. Yeah, they did tell a good story with that as far as the left arm goes.
Yeah, left arm. Yeah,
that was good, but you know, you could have done that in a wrestling match and it would have gone over just as well, or maybe even better, I would say. So, all right. With that, we'll move into our 1 minute warning segment here. Of course, we got Jennacide earlier.
We can't top that, so we just got to do what we got to do. So,
all right, Mike, you got something this week?
Yeah, it's something that kind of changed because of stuff that happened today, but I'll go real quick.
All right.
So
go ahead.
I think I did a 1 minute warning on this similarly, I think a week or two ago. But it was announced today on her Instagram that Buddy Matthews proposed to Rhea Ripley, and they are now engaged. And super happy for them. Congratulations. Guys, again, Rhea and Dom are a TV couple.
Yeah.
Like the people from The Office, or Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer on Friends, whatever, or Index. And they're really good at it. And in all seriousness, they do have really good chemistry on TV. They're great together, but they're not real. I'm pretty sure Dom himself has been in a long-term relationship. I don't know if they're engaged or whatever. Don't be dumb. I know y'all are going to. I know there's going to be stupid people. It's TV, right? The same way Jim and Pam from The Office are not really, like, Jim's married to another actual actress, the guy who plays him, right? Don't be dumb. Don't harass them online. I know I'm telling like dumb people not to be dumb, and they're going to be dumb, but let them be happy in their lives. If you followed Rhea, in all seriousness, you've seen the stuff she dealt with her self-confidence, with the criticism people have of her. Even now, as her mommy persona, going to airports and people bum rushing her to sign things, and like she looks so like defeated, and she does it. And I'm like, leave these people alone. Like, I don't know, let them be happy in their actual lives and just be cool, man.
Yeah.
Wait, Barrett.
All right.
Yeah. But I really do feel like about that asking them at airports thing. I feel like bum rushing them is just never okay. I remember when. Both times I went to WrestleCon, I saw wrestlers just walking around like at the hotels. I would ask them if it was cool. If they said yes, then sure. And if they said no, I'll be at my table later. That's the answer. There's nothing to get mad about. That's what they like. When I met Onita that time, I saw him outside of the hotel. He was chilling, and I asked him. And he said, "Oh, I'll be at my table later." Cool. I'll see you at your table later. I'll be there. If you're a real fan, that won't matter. But it's just and harass people about their real life. I don't know. Gets on my nerves because you're right.
If you're gonna ask a question like that, ask Dom. Just condolences that Eddie's no longer with us.
That was the greatest clip, man. That was
great. Such a hilarious clip. It really was.
Yeah. All right, Tommy, you got something this week? All right, go ahead.
Okay. The quarterfinals are set for the G1 Climax, everybody. Starting off is Sonata versus Evil. Hopefully Sonata gets his revenge. Okada and Zack Sabre Jr. is also listed. David Finlay, Will Ospreay, and Naito and Hikuleo, Tama Tonga's younger brother, are all in the quarterfinals. This is going to happen, I think, over the next couple of days because Chase Owens will be back in the States by the 18th of next week since he'll be at Hybrid. But yeah, tournament, it's almost done. The blocks are all set now, and now we're into the quarterfinals, into the finals over the next few days. So, but yeah, it's been a hell of a tournament so far. And if I can make a prediction, I honestly got to feel like Will Ospreay is going to win the whole thing. That's just my feeling. He's had a hell of a year, and if anyone's been putting in that work, it's been him. And also, I really hope he shows up at All In for whatever reason. I don't care what the match is. He can just run in and just literally punch someone in the face. That works for me.
Yep.
The pop would be ridiculous.
Thank you for the G1 update, but my reaction to that is hashtag Toriano got screwed. That's just, yeah. So,
I can't.
Jeff
I was just gonna say.
No, actually, you know what, Mike? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm actually on your side with that one because he was actually. Hold on.
He was ranked up there pretty high, right?
He was. I think the only reason that took him out of the rankings is the fact that who did he lose to? That he lost to.
It was a strange one, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, because he had a draw with Shane Haste, and the only guys he lost to were Goto and, of course, Toriano. But I think the fact
that wasn't the strange one; it was just the Goto one that was the strange.
No, it was the Tori.
Match of the year, Mike.
It was. No, you're not
Omega
wrong.
Ospreay, I eat your fucking heart
That's
out.
right.
Toriano
8 stars in
versus
the Tokyo Dome, man.
That's right, exactly. So put that shit at Wrestle Kingdom. I don't care if a title's on the line. That should be the last match. So.
But yeah, so I don't know what I was going to say anymore. But anyway, yeah.
You were saying Cobb got screwed, yeah.
Yeah, I think if Naito or Sabre had lost, Jeff Cobb would have been in. But I think because they both won their final matches, that's why.
And Terry's also 100% right on his
Terry couldn't be more right. If
top what? Okay,
if Will doesn't make at least top 5 PWI 500 for the year, there's a problem.
He's
definitely. I mean, Roman Reigns is going to be number one for sure.
Roman Reigns can be one. I mean, I'm kind of over that at this point. But if Will isn't at least 2 or 3, I'll take 5 maybe, but no lower than that. He's right. He's got to be top 5.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Does MJF have enough matches to qualify?
I think he does now.
I'm sure he does. I might argue he's up there top 5. Possibly too.
At this point,
so.
I would say probably because of the summer stuff he did with Adam Cole, definitely.
That's true. They had this bunch of tag matches,
and I legitimately cannot wait for All In. This is shaping up to be one of my favorite shows already, and I'm already.
What if Adam Cole and MJF make the tag team 50 or some shit like that?
Jim Cornette will have a coronary.
I mean, if he.
Ted, MJF, you mean Tommy's BFF?
Okay. For the record, every time I see the picture, I still can't believe that happened, by the way. So
yeah. All right. I want to take this 1 minute warning to say a couple notes on SummerSlam for me. The first thing I want to point out is that you guys got rid of Trish versus
Becky
for that? for Ronda and Shayna? Why? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what was the point? That was a match people have been looking forward to. We thought it was going to be there, and it didn't happen, and it pisses me off. And the whole, if you missed it, lemonade, whatever shit, bullshit. I love Becky's response on Twitter to that, by the way. That's
and on Raw.
And on Raw. But the Battle Royal could have been on the pre-show. You basically took 2 women off to put a whole bunch of guys on there that weren't on the card in the first place. You could have done it on the pre-show. But I get why they did it. The Slim Jim thing. It was sponsored by Slim Jim. The only positive I'll take out of that is that it was great to see LA Knight and Bianca Belair be the new face of the Slim Jim commercials. Very much the whole Macho Man thing, keeping the Macho Man legacy alive with that was pretty damn cool to see. But Becky versus Trish should have been on this card, and that kept it from getting a higher score, at least for me.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
So. Yeah.
Plus, I think one of the rumor matches we were supposed to get was Raquel versus Rhea Ripley. I would have liked to have seen that.
I think Raquel is legit injured. I'm not sure, but
no, she showed up on Raw, didn't she? Attacking her from behind.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You see, okay.
I said Indy and Candice.
Yeah, and to Sonya Deville, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Wish you a speedy recovery. That sucks.
Torn
MCL, things were going great.
Finally got a title. Yeah.
I thought when I saw that, I was like, no, that's so not okay. Hey, damn it. Oh, that broke my heart a little bit because I was so happy for her because she's had a rough couple years, man, and like that win was really what she deserved. So I was like, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you again to Jennacide for joining us at the beginning of the show. Looking forward to this weekend. Once again, Mission Pro Wrestling's Boiling Point, Saturday, August 12th at the Salvation Army Mission Corps, 3802 Southwest Military Drive. Starts at 6 o'clock. VIPs at 5 o'clock. For ticket information, go to missionprowrestling.com. Ticket sales ends on the 12th, so you only have a couple more days to get tickets if you haven't already. If you're not able to make the event or you're going to be watching it somewhere else in the country, you can go watch it on titlematchnetwork.com. And next week, we will recap everything that went down at Boiling Point, and we will preview a quick preview of the Hybrid Experience show that is taking place next Friday. And we'll also be talking about Impact Cross New Japan Pro Wrestling's Multiverse United 2. That is next Sunday, guys. Hard to believe. Nice. Yeah. So, and that, of course, is kind of leading up into the Multiverse. And then we're getting right after that. It's All In, All Out. It's just a stacked few weeks of wrestling. So,
I'm loving it.
Pretty amazing stuff.
It, actually. I do want to say, Terry said Papa Shango cursed the women's tag title.
One final thing, though, I think we want to talk about. Mike, you wanted to mention this. I'm trying to get the graphics over right now. Just give me a quick minute here. Once it comes up, there it is. The CadabraCon.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let me get this up here. Come on, work with me here. All right, here we go.
All right. So the Countdown City Geeks have working with CadabraCon. This is down in Portland, Texas, and it's going to be at the end of September. And so, Tommy, I know you're trying to be there.
I'm trying to be there, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be, as you can kind of see on the poster, a bunch of Power Rangers, some actors from some Star Wars stuff, some voice actors and actresses from Avatar: The Last Airbender. You can see all the different kind of cartoons involved there. The Countdown City Geeks are going to be very heavily involved. They should be doing some panels, some things like that, very similar to what we had with the one here at the Superhero Comic-Con and Car Show. So there's information on there. There's going to be a cosplay contest where the winner of the cosplay contest apparently gets a Mando costume. I don't know how legit that is, or like how nice or
Oops, wrong one.
That's a good picture too. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, look at that swing. Amazing. Yes. Yeah. So go ahead. Sorry.
So the winner of that cosplay contest is getting that. So that's pretty cool. There's a bunch of other stuff going on there. Legacy of Nerd, who was in the chat all day, he's going to be involved with that, along with some of our other Star Wars stuff, Kenobi's Bunker, Ted and the Countdown City Geeks itself. And if you are at the show on Saturday, we should have some flyers with information for all you people in Texas, because it's not that far. It's down near Corpus in Portland, Texas.
2-hour drive, 2.5-hour drive. Yeah.
So CadabraCon, end of September. Save your money and the tickets are relatively cheaper, especially compared to if you went to Comic-Con, Superhero Comic-Con. They don't quite obviously have the big names that we had there, but if you're into cons and all these animes and Power Rangers and the voice actors and actresses, it's a pretty solid lineup. So we'll be there Saturday if you're going to be at the show, or if not, there's information. Countdown City Geeks socials, Legacy of Nerd socials, all of our associated geeks channels should have information for that, and we'll continue sharing those as we get closer. So.
Yeah, and I think this is not 25th, or it might be the 25th year anniversary of Power Rangers in Space with them. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and Terry just said it for the Big Texas Comic Con. Trish and Britt will be there in October. Yeah.
Nice.
But for the CadaverCon, yeah, for any Power Rangers in Space fans, which was for those who don't know, that was actually supposed to be the final season of Power Rangers at the time, but it was so successful. That's why it's still going today.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in the chat. Great questions. Once again, thank you, Jennacide. Good luck to everybody involved with Mission Pro Wrestling. We cannot wait to be there
It's
for
going to be
it.
a killer show. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Oh, let me pull up the music here. Over here, we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People
are
fake.
fake.
To the sky, boy. Bang.
See y'all later.
Adios, Gunther.